Hi guys, welcome to Pretty Losers, and tonight we have a very special Monday night show, as you can see, and our special guests tonight are the HANEY'S.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. And we also have our Christina and our Val.
Hi. Hello.
And Lina is gone for one more week. She'll be back. She's back tonight, I think, but we won't have her until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I guess let's just first off go and see how everybody's week was. How was your week, Christina?
It just started.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Last week. How's that?
Last week was pretty good. I mean, we've been doing our walking and stuff like that, so it's been good. I'm trying to look for a good treadmill, so in case it gets real hot outside here in Texas, I can still walk inside. Yeah.
It's already getting
It's been
hot.
good.
Awful.
Yeah. It's been good.
What about you, Val?
About the same. It's just starting. Didn't really do much, but go to San Antonio for the weekend.
Oh yeah, I went to San Antonio to tour it. I'm in a size 22 now.
Hey.
That's
exciting. And what about you, James? We'll go with James first.
Me? I had an okay week. I started out my awesome week today with a medical procedure. So.
Yeah, no coffee in the morning. I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, getting up at 6:30 in the morning is not a thing that we like to do around here.
Yeah.
It went good. I'm a little sore, but.
Do you work in the morning or at night?
Help me.
I work at night normally, 2:30 to 11, but since he had to be at the procedure at 6:30 this morning, I worked yesterday, so I could have the day off to take him.
That's weird. That's weird, like when you have to shift your hours and you don't know if you're coming or going.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have went to work afterwards, but it just makes for a really long day.
Especially when Millie woke up at 1 in the morning barfing.
Yeah.
Don't
Mommy
blame anything on Millie.
Mommy might have gave her some almonds that she's not supposed to have, and she was sick, and I slept while he got up to take care of her.
Doggy. Sick doggy.
But you have to
Me with no
practice.
sleep is not good.
You have to practice for when y'all have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You did. I practiced sleeping while
Yeah.
you practiced getting up taken care of her.
There you go.
Pretty.
That's good. How about your week, Christian?
I don't remember last week. This week just started. So far, so good. It's National Margarita Day. Apparently, I didn't know that. I just found out. So it's good.
What was that today?
Yeah, I wouldn't work out today. I didn't do Zumba because I slept too late after taking a nap, but I did go lift weights and do some cardio.
How many times a week do you work out?
We try to go 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
I try to do at least 2 or 3 Zumba classes and then do weights at least 2 days.
Yeah, I'm not joining any more Fitbit challenges with you because it's...
Last week was really slow too. I didn't even do nothing.
Oh,
I normally do at least 10,000 a day, but when I was really like my job had a Fitbit challenge and I was doing 20,000 a day, and now I've like barely get 10 anymore. I've kind of fallen off the wagon lately.
You can
I'm tired.
you can do a Fitbit challenge with me. I don't have a Fitbit, so if you don't do shit, you'll win. You can walk.
Yes.
You can walk to the front door and back and beat mine. So
I
Hey,
get
that's how
most
I
of my
roll.
steps at work. Though.
and
I work in
I
a
still have
huge
to do my
hospital.
giveaway also. I haven't done my giveaway. Sorry.
Yeah, you should go enter.
I should
I,
go
no,
with you.
I think she did already.
Yeah, I entered, so then he can win it. So that way I can make him get up and walk. I get most of my steps at work, though. I mean, I work in a huge hospital. The parking deck's like a mile from the hospital, so I get up 2,000 steps just from walking into work and leaving work.
Dang.
Like the first day, you must have the day off or you didn't feel well or something because I was like, oh, wow, I'm beating her. No, it didn't happen.
I don't update it much. I forget. It doesn't sync.
Yeah, you like blew me out of the water by like 20,000 steps or something. I don't know.
Not
But-
today. I haven't done crap today other than going to the gym. I've been laying around.
She's been waiting on me hand and foot. Which
That's
basically
good.
means
That's
we went
good.
shopping. I went shopping with her, and I made dinner. So
But
That's her week. Oh, and I made her a margarita too. So.
That's the way it should be.
And I'm
I
the
haven't
sick
trained
one.
well.
I need to get with you so I can get some tips on that later.
Yeah, I drove you to Walmart to get some ibuprofen. That was my nurse duties for the day.
That's right.
That's hilarious. So, also, we just want to point out that James is drinking his.
Oh yeah, where's my? I need to advertise for you guys. I'm really liking this new Gene Pro. Gene Pro. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. It's a little bubbly. I didn't know it was going to taste this close to beer, but apparently.
Whatever works, and
Awesome.
I'm just glad that you like it.
Yeah. Thumbs up for me.
Awesome.
Thumbs up.
That's hilarious. My week has been, I messed up my back, and then I healed from stepping wrong last week, and then we went on a hike, and I almost died walking 1.5 miles, and then I messed up my back, so I didn't do anything yesterday but eat, and I still lost like a pound. I'm sorry, Christina, I stepped on the scale today.
You traitor.
I am a traitor. I'm not going to do it again, I promise.
Are you guys doing like the non-weighing or something for a specific amount of time?
No, we're trying to just weigh ourselves once a week because I get on that scale
right.
like 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have to do daily. I still do daily.
Yeah.
I do daily, but she does like 100 times a day. And then she gets
I
mad.
don't know. First thing in the morning, and that's it.
Yeah, you can drive yourself nuts sometimes doing it.
Yeah, that's why I need to stop because like we got home, I went straight to the scale. I'm like, I hate you.
Wait, today you went to the scale?
Yes, I did.
See, you're telling on yourself. I felt bad all day. And
Yeah,
you did it too.
No, you gotta just do it once a day, like first thing in the morning, and that's it. Don't even get on it again the rest of the day.
See, I told you not to push me on it.
Val, you need a pow-pow. So, all right, well, I guess we can just jump into all of our questions. Do you want to go first, Val, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Speaking of your Gene Pro / alcohol, I just wanted to know how long you guys waited to start drinking.
I didn't drink until after I was at Gold, which was about 8 months maybe. So about 8, 9 months. I took a sip, and that sip was like drinking 3 drinks. You're very much a lightweight after surgery. So yeah, I didn't probably drink much for a while because it was too much.
That's amazing though. In 8 months you hit gold. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived in the gym, believe me. I wish I had the motivation now that I did in the beginning. I got it, but not like then.
Yeah.
What was your highest weight and your current weight now?
Mine, highest at surgery was 264. My lowest was probably 153, and I maintained about 160 for about 3 years, and now I'm about 185. I've gained some weight since my ankle surgery, since I couldn't do nothing for a long time. But my goal is to get back down to 160 where I was.
And what about you, James? What was your highest?
My highest, about 3 weeks before surgery, was about a little over 600, 602, 603. When you're that big, it's hard to stay steady on the scale. It kind of fluctuating, going up and down. So
Yeah.
I usually say about 600 was my highest. At the time of my surgery, my sleeve surgery, I was 580. My lowest was 250, and I'm maintaining now at 280 or so.
Wow.
Same thing. I've been, I've had, numerous issues and operations that I was in the wheelchair in and out of the wheelchair for over 2 years. So that's when most of my regain happened.
Yeah.
So you were in and out of the wheelchair before you had sleeve surgery, or?
No, for 3 years, more than 3 years out. I was coming up on 4 years out probably when I actually first started getting issues. I'm 6.5 years out, almost 6.5 years out.
Oh, wow.
So for about 2 years, about good 2 years, huh, babe?
Pretty much for the first 2
yeah.
years of our relationship.
I was either in a
He got out long enough
wheelchair,
to walk down the aisle and got right back in it.
wheelchair, walking boot, and crutches pretty much for 2 years, just because one surgery after another pretty much. Put foot related, so like no standing, no non-weight bearing at all.
Wow. So did you have to carry him over the threshold?
Yeah.
No, he got up long enough to walk for the day, but then it like messed his foot up. It was like we went back 6 months in time because it did like so much damage. He re-injured his foot, so
back to the doctor
he was back. You were in the wheelchair on our honeymoon cruise because he messed his foot back up.
Yep.
So
I sacrificed for love.
yes,
Aww.
I told him, get the hell up. We're enjoying this cruise. Your foot we'll worry about later.
Wow, I can't believe. I mean, I know that in my head that you say you were 602, but I mean it's insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow, your
we got his old clothes and me and him fit in it, plus maybe another person.
I have my
in there.
one of my shirts. Actually, it probably wasn't my biggest shirt. It was a 7X. My biggest, I was probably wearing an 8X, like a 6 or 7X like shorts, but like those super stretchy like waistband shorts. And they probably stretched out to like an 8 or a 9X seriously. So at my lowest, I got to a 36 waist and large, extra large shirt. Now I can wear an extra large 2X shirt. Depends on the shirt manufacturer. I'm trying to, like I said, if I get down to closer to my quote unquote my goal weight, which is about 250, that was a good weight for me. Like I said, I felt good then. Felt like a normal sized person. I could buy clothes easily, so for me that felt like a good weight and a good size. But I would have to, like I said, lose about 25, 30 pounds. I'm working on it.
You'll get there. So I've seen a few of the shows that you've been on, and you have kind of like a no bullshit kind of attitude, and I love that. I told you that before. You just tell people like how it is, and straight up. So, what's the best advice as a man that you could give another man?
Another man?
600 pounds.
Any man. Okay, so first of all, it doesn't matter like how big you are. If you qualify for surgery, if you need surgery, and you have comorbidities and you're sick from your weight, and you are considering getting weight loss surgery, I think the main thing that honestly helped me was, for men, I think this goes across the board for pretty much most men. I'm going to generalize here, but most men are not real good at admitting that they need help. And they are not real good at going to the doctor also. Doctors, we hate going to the doctor. We hate admitting that we need help, because it's a sign of weakness, I think, for a lot of men. So until I got to a point where I myself can kind of admit, I'm freaking 600 pounds. I need to do something. Obviously, I can't do it on my own. My health was failing. I could barely walk. I had all these health issues. So for me, I think for men, it's really hard to do. But if you can admit finally that you need help and then seek that help, that's the number one thing. Because, knowing that you need the help is one thing, but actually, seeking the help and actually doing something about it is the next step. But like they say, once you identify the problem, it's taking the steps to find a solution, whether it be weight loss surgery or not. I mean, not everybody needs weight loss surgery or wants weight loss surgery. It's a very personal choice.
Yeah, it is very personal. So what made you, both of you, this is my other question, what made you guys both decide to have surgery?
With me, I don't know, various things. Another girl in the hospital that I work with went to a few seminars and had told me about it, and I guess I was getting close to 30. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have kids, and I didn't want to feel like I had to buy what I consider a tent in order to get a wedding dress. I wanted to be able to, like, my nieces would come to visit, and I'm ready to go to bed at like 5 o'clock. I can't deal with them. They're killing me. So I was like, I didn't want to deal with that if I was to have kids. I didn't want to be that kind of mom. So I spent like a year with a personal trainer, tried that route, didn't work for me, and finally I just said, okay, enough's enough, it's time to have surgery, and I think I had it shortly after my 30th birthday. Like I said, I don't regret it at all. Actually, I was probably older than 31, so I'm 36 now, and I'm 5 years out. Yeah, I was like right at 31 maybe. So I think hitting 30 made me wake up and realize that it was time to make a change.
Yeah.
And for me, it was numerous. Like I said, when you're super morbidly obese like I was, you're really not living life. You're basically watching life pass you by. You're existing, but you're not living life.
Yep.
So for me, I mean, it was coming to a point, honestly, where, and I was working. I was still working. I was 600 pounds. I was walking with a cane, but I was still working and going to work every day. But when I came home, I was absolutely exhausted. I pretty much would just go straight to sleep, wake up and do it all over again. But it was difficult, and my job was at the time was pretty physical. I was working with special needs kids in wheelchairs, so it was a lot of walking and pushing and lifting, and so it came to a point where my boss had to talk with me and said that, we're concerned that you can't do this job anymore physically. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, well, I have to do something or I'm going to lose my job. And I knew that if I lost my job, it would have sent me into depression, and I probably would have just gained more. I probably would have just ate myself to death because I would have just gained more weight. I would have been sitting around. I would have been one of those guys who you see on TV, on my 600-pound life or, whatever, that was 750, 800 pounds that was stuck in the bedroom and had to get the wall cut out so they can get him out to take him to the hospital, or to the morgue. That's really what kind of made my decision. But it took me 2 years actually to actually have the surgery. So it wasn't a fast thing for me because of insurance issues and things like that.
So did you brought it up like the people on TV, did you eat like a 600-pound person like in the show? You know how they
I've never been one of these people that said, oh, well, I don't know how I got this big because I eat small portions and I don't eat that. To me, that's bullshit. I mean, when you look at somebody who is 500, 600, 700 pounds, you have to be eating in excess of probably 5,000 calories a day, 7,000 to maintain that weight. Mm-hmm. And that's just a fact. I knew what I was eating. I knew, my downfall was eating meals as snacks, basically. I mean, I would come home from work and stop off at 3:30 or 4 o'clock when I got off work and eat probably 1,500 calorie snack, quote unquote, which was like a big old huge nachos from Del Taco and some fries, and you're talking 1,500 calories plus a big huge, like 40-ounce diet soda.
Oh, gotta get the diet soda with the nacho.
Calories, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could go eat dinner, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Bam. A couple hours later, an hour later, eat another 1,500, 1,000 calories, whatever. So, yeah, I was definitely eating a lot.
Wow. It's when that's a whole other class of like, because I was around 600 pounds, and that's people who are obese, and then like the super morbidly obese, they don't, I wish people just couldn't wrap their heads around it, because I wouldn't want anybody to be that weight that I was, but it's a mind fuck. Like, that's the only way you can put it. Mm-hmm. So did you deal with a lot of emotional issues? And I mean, that's for both of you guys. Did y'all have a lot of emotional issues?
I don't feel like I did. Everybody said you have an emotional roller coaster. I don't remember ever crying or having issues. I mean,
before weight loss, every time, like before your weight, like what kind of led to the weight gain and stuff, like
both before and.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I need to say this first. My wife is a short-term fatty. She was not a person who experienced life as a fat person when she was younger.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get big until college.
Since I was a kid, so okay. Yeah. So go ahead, just go ahead.
So I guess because I'm a short-term fatty, I don't understand and I don't suffer and.
Yeah, the lifetime that it was.
You're not allowed to be on the show, babe.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, maybe I did, and I just don't remember. I mean, I got a bad memory. I don't remember last week, let alone almost 5 years ago. But I mean, I don't remember breaking down or having emotions. I didn't like all the attention. Everybody asked me how I lost weight, and I kind of kept it private. And I didn't like everybody in my face. I kind of keep to myself and keep private. But I don't remember really having depression. I mean, I woke up and felt like I'd already lost 100 pounds. I had so much energy and was ready to go, and it was just more of I started hiking and just staying active. So, yeah.
That's the key too, moving your body. Like I had a friend who was like a roller derby. She used to hike, walk, everything. She's like, just move your body and it'll make you feel better. I'm like, this bitch is crazy. Sorry, Mom Ruth, but she's crazy. I'm not getting up and moving my body. And now that I can actually do it, I'm like, man, she was right. I do feel better after I get up and move.
You really do. I used to we have Stone Mountain here, and you could pay me $1 million. I would not have climbed Stone Mountain. It wasn't happening. And if I did, it would have taken 2 hours, and I would have gotten to the top and ate pizza and cried. And then after surgery, it was like I literally started climbing Stone Mountain probably 4 or 5 days a week. I became obsessed with it, and I started timing myself and seeing, each day trying to get quicker. And I guess that just probably helped with not having depression because I was constantly moving and constantly energized. And if anything, I was depressed because I had to go to work, and I just wanted to work out all the time.
That's
I could get that motivation back.
Just kick her off. Just
right. No,
Should I slap her now? I do it off camera so people don't think I'm
But see,
lying
I'm
to you.
struggling more now than I was years ago. To me, it's like the beginning was easy. I would say the first 2 or 3 years was easy, where now at almost 5 years out, it's almost like I didn't have surgery and I'm a normal person and I have to fight a lot harder.
Not that the newbies want to hear that, but
Sorry, y'all.
we gonna keep it real.
It gets harder, I promise.
I'm gonna start crying now.
You've heard other people talk about all the other people that are 3 years out or more. That especially the 3 year point, it gets really tough.
Yeah, take advantage of the honeymoon phase. Do not, don't be drinking or eating crap like we do until take advantage of it. If I could go back, I probably did wait till I got the goal, but technically my goal could have been a little bit lower than 160 for my body weight. I'm supposed to probably be 130, 140. I just didn't desire to be that small, so
yeah.
I probably could have not cheated so much when I did get to 160, and I probably would have been smaller. So that way when I did gain weight back, I would have been at 160 versus 180 something.
Yeah. So, James, did you have an emotional roller coaster after surgery? Did you go crazy?
Not really.
Came crazy with the ladies.
Oh.
What do you mean by crazy? No, a lot of, quite honestly, and I was never one of the types of people. I don't identify myself as a food addict. So like a lot of the issues that got me to my weight was obviously the eating. Okay, I mean that's a no-brainer. But I didn't eat, I think, as an addictive personality. I wasn't an addictive eater. I wasn't an emotional eater. I don't know. I'm a boredom eater. I know that. I mean, I don't know if you want to consider that quote unquote an emotional eater. But as far as like, oh, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm going to eat more. I think mine was more out of boredom. I gained a lot of my weight gain was attributed to my health issues. More specifically, being diabetic. Injecting tons of insulin, being super highly insulin resistant, kind of like women who have PCOS, right? Well, when you have tons of insulin floating around I was injecting 250 units of insulin a day. So when you have lots of insulin floating around in your body, and your blood sugars are out of whack, it messes with your appetite, but it also, extra insulin basically stored as fat. So I have lots of it's a vicious cycle. You put on more weight, you're constantly hungry all the time. I mean, within an hour after eating, I'd be hungry again because my blood sugars would go up and down, up and down. So a lot of my weight gain, because I wasn't 600 pounds for 20 years. I was 600 pounds for about a year and a half, 2 years. But most of my adult life, I was probably 375 to 400 pounds. So, but so I attribute a lot of that to my health problems. Obviously, like I said, I've been fat since a kid, so obesity sort of runs in my family. But also, it's lifestyle. It's like how did you grow up regarding food? What's your quote unquote your food history? Were you the type who was rewarded with food? Our parents rewarded us with food, and they're also the clean plate club. You had to eat because we grew up poor. So if you had something on your plate, you had to eat it. You had to finish it. So there's a lot of things going into why somebody gets morbidly obese to begin with, right? One of 1,000 different issues can cause it. But my main issue, like I said, was, and I can, for myself, speak to myself as far as the addictive part and the emotional eating part, is because if I had those issues, I would still have them, and I don't now. You know what I mean? It's like because the surgery doesn't take care of this part of what's wrong with your brain as far as why you eat. A lot of people eat emotionally, or they're quote unquote a food addict. or they're binge eaters. So people think that, well, they had a surgery that's going to take care of that. Well, trust me, surgery does not take care of that. Therapy helps with that, you know. Working on that through other methods alongside surgery can definitely help. But as far as fixing that, it's that, you know, that doesn't happen. And so for me, I've never gone to therapy after. I've never had any issues after. I don't obsess over thinking about eating my next meal constantly and constantly eating all day. I'm very much in control of what I eat at this point, and it's because physically my body doesn't tell me constantly, you need to eat something. You're hungry, you're starving.
And he's got like a super small sleeve. I hate him.
I still have real good prescription.
Christina has a really small sleeve too.
His is like half the size of mine.
Mine's little too.
Well, Val, do you have any questions?
I just had one question. What is one piece of advice that you would give someone or another couple that wanted to do the surgery, or just an individual that was thinking about getting the surgery?
I don't know. There's lots of advice. I'd say take lots of pre-op pictures. So on the days when you feel like you're not a success, that you have something to look back at, because I even looking at those pictures back at, you know, years ago, I don't even recognize myself, where there's some days where I feel like I've never lost any weight. So having pictures to look back at, or even your biggest size jeans to be able to put back on, is a big help. And then I would just say do your research. I mean, know everything about every type of surgery. Do as much research as you can. And I would follow the plan as much as possible until you get the goal. You know, so many people these days I see are, you know, drinking alcohol maybe a week after surgery. That's not the smartest thing to do. I would say stay on track as much as you can, because I promise you that honeymoon phase, you can't get it back, and it is so much harder once it's over. So I would say stay focused, and, you know, also have a good support system. You know, me, Jim, as well as one of my best friends, Tammy, like, we'll text each other when, like, yesterday she's craving ice cream and I'm craving donuts, and we're just having to tell each other no. Like, you need that support to keep you in check. Like, an accountability partner really helps a lot.
And I agree with everything she just said. As far as, so, like, my advice, okay, yeah, so obviously follow the plan as much as possible. Yes, definitely take advantage of the phase, because it's a real thing. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I can't really add anything to that. As far as, like, somebody who's a couple that's had weight loss surgery, I would say that if your marriage is really strong right now, that for, I think, a lot of people, that your marriage or relationship will actually become stronger if you're doing this together and you're going through the process together. I see the people that I see who've had issues after surgery, because, you know, you obviously hear the stories of divorce rates really high after surgery, blah blah blah, which is true. A lot of it is because there was issues in the marriage or relationship before surgery. So if you know there's issues with your relationship, you might want to try to work on that with your partner before you have the surgery. Definitely don't make any super important life decisions, at least while you're probably that first year, I would say, right? Like anything, buying a home, ending a relationship, beginning a relationship, any of those things.
I ended a
that's what you got to
relationship
do.
and began a new one within my first year.
But only
It was a mistake.
unless you're going to meet someone amazing like me, then yeah. Generally speaking, but yeah. So I mean, because you do have. It is, as Tricia said earlier, a mind fuck in a completely different way to weight loss. Especially for attention from the opposite sex and things like that, you'll get, you know, it's very different experience. If you were overweight all your life, it's a very different experience being quote unquote an average looking person.
And I would say, number one, don't compare yourself to others. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's health is different. Everybody's starting weight's different, and to constantly look at somebody else who has the same starting weight and then be upset because they're losing faster, you know, it's just sabotaging yourself. The same with, you know, I weigh myself every day and that helps me, but if it depresses you by weighing yourself every day, then don't do that. Like, you know, don't set yourself up for failure by comparing yourself to others.
Yeah, very true.
You know, and learn to reward yourself with things that aren't food.
Yeah.
Like shoes.
Yeah. Well, don't go buy a bunch of clothes beforehand either, because like I went down full shoe size, and all my shoes, I wanted to cry. They didn't fit no more.
That's what happened to me right after surgery. I was all excited. Oh, I could buy me some knee-high boots, you know, like a size 10. And then I was like, they were too big and everything, so I wore them once, but they were coming out of my feet.
Goodwill will become your friend until you get to gold, because there's no point in spending money on a bunch of stuff that's not going to fit you for a month later.
So how is it dating after your weight loss surgery? I know you said you broke up with the relationship and then you started a new one, and then obviously you got married, but
I didn't really get to date. I didn't get to play the field like this one. I went from one relationship, we split up, and then within a few months me and Jim started talking, and he came down and never left, so I didn't get to experience. He got to experience dating.
I'm like a stray dog, you know.
Pretty much. He flew down to visit on Black Friday and was supposed to be there for a weekend and extended his flight for like 2 weeks and wouldn't leave. He had to come to my Christmas party and mark his territory and wouldn't leave.
Urinate on the other guy's leg.
yeah,
Pretty much.
hey, it worked, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, for me, I don't. I can tell you this. It was very different. There was a long time of period in my life where I didn't date at all. I didn't go out. I never went out. Once I reached like it really was weight related for me, because like with a lot of men, you know, their weight, you can still be a big guy, and you know, women will still find you attractive. You'll still date, because I dated all through high school, and even after high school, that wasn't really an issue. And I'm a pretty big personality. I'm always quote unquote the funny fat guy, right? So I had no problem talking to women and meeting women. But once I got to like a certain weight where my health was affected, and I was like in and out of the hospital a lot, and I just felt like physically, like just going somewhere, like somebody said, let's go on a date and go somewhere, like the walking. You know, once you're over 400 pounds, when somebody wants to go do something, it's like, okay, well, does this involve like a lot of walking or standing, you know, literally, you know, because I can't do that much, you know, and then by the end of the night, I'm sweating like a pig. So it's like, that part wasn't a good experience, you know, and I think that really affected my confidence. My ability to do things physically and my mobility really affected my confidence as a man. So
and then it all went through your head after surgery, because you thought he was Mac Daddy.
after surgery. Huh?
Did you think you're the Mac Daddy?
Oh, I still am.
He played the field in the community.
Oh, in the community. Oh
yeah.
Sounds like a juicy story there, but.
Yeah. I did meet a lot of women in the community after, not just online, but locally. I was in a lot of support groups. So you would meet somebody that was, you know, we had a lot in common with already, and it just happens.
Yeah, but you got that hottie right there next to you.
I ain't gonna lie. Oh, yeah.
So, for people who don't know how you guys met, how did you meet?
He flew down, a weight loss friend, mutual friend, flew him down for a unofficial meet and greet here in Atlanta, and we met there. But like I said, when we met, I had a boyfriend. I really didn't pay him no attention. I had seen him on Obesity Help before, and I thought he had a girlfriend. I didn't really pay it. We really spoke maybe 5 words that entire night. I saw him lurking, listening to me and my girlfriends talk all night, but we didn't have much interaction.
She wasn't giving me no play.
No.
Stalker!
Yeah. I was in a relationship, didn't care. I was about to leave for Europe with my current boyfriend. I wasn't worried about the old man next to me. But I would say when was that meet and greet? Like in July? I think it was like in July, and then me and my boyfriend broke up in maybe September or October. And he was on my Facebook. I mean, he kind of commented here and there on my Facebook, and then after we split up, he used the excuse that he wanted to go to nursing school.
I swooped in.
He needed to go to nursing school, so he had to call me. And I'm like, I'm not a nurse. Nice
try.
try.
About switching careers.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not a nurse. Nice try.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do, too.
Yeah. So then he called me, and I could never get him off the phone.
And then, bam, my phone just started blowing up, man.
He's like,
my line started blinging.
He's like a chick. He'll blow up your phone and text you nonstop. I couldn't get rid of him. And then he flew down, I think, Black Friday to visit, and then he never left. We had a long-distance relationship for about maybe 8 months before he moved from California to Georgia.
So the real story is like in the middle somewhere. That's so funny. You guys are adorable. Mama Rose commented, and she said that she loves you guys, and she agrees that it is hard after the few years. She'll be 12 years out in April.
Oh, wow. I didn't know she was out that far. Congratulations. She's doing good.
That's crazy, 12 years. I can't even think past, like, next month. I don't know.
It really goes by so
It goes
fast. I
faster
feel
than
like
you
I'm
think.
2 years out, and then I'm like, wait, I'll be 5 years this year. That just, it goes by so fast.
Did you guys have your surgeries in the States, or did you?
I had mine here in Georgia, yeah, at the, not far from where we currently live, like where we go to support group now is where I had my surgery. You had yours in
I
California.
had mine in San Francisco.
In California.
Yep.
So, Val, did you have any other questions? I don't want to take all the time.
I had one more question. If there was like a quote or saying that you have that you live by till today, what would it be?
So what was that? The quote we had that I didn't hear the rest.
Sorry. If y'all have like a quote or saying that you live by till today, like what would it be?
No clue.
Hold on, let me get on Pinterest.
There probably are ones, but
Yeah,
I
let me
couldn't
look at
find.
all the memes on my Facebook
Actually,
profile.
Tanya posted one the other day on her Facebook that I loved, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was pretty much saying that exercise is don't take it for granted, that it's
It's a blessing
it's a blessing because,
to be able to physically.
and I can tell you, once you can't walk, exercise. Let's see, I'm gonna find it because I saved it. Because
That's what I do. I said, hold on, let me get on Pinterest real quick. They have some quotes up on here.
no, I don't
Pinterest.
know what I did with it. I know I saved it.
I think it's like I exercise because I can or something like that.
Yeah.
It was good. I think I saved it too.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it, but pretty much saying that exercise is, it's don't take advantage of it because not everybody can get up and work out.
That's true. What about you, James? Does it involve bacon somehow?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
this one right here.
They sure.
Either you like bacon or you're wrong. That's my quote for life. No, I don't really have any, I guess, quotes that I say or live by. I used to tell people in group a lot of times that, people are always talking about, like, they'll ask you, how did you get such good results or whatever. I just tell them it's a choice. Better choices will give you better results. That's it. Very simple. Whether you choose to exercise or not, what you choose to put in your mouth.
Okay, here it is. Exercising is a blessing, not a choice. I work out because I'm grateful that I physically can. I really liked that one.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
So, what you just said, James, how would you, when people come to you with that and you just say it's a choice, there are a lot of people in our community who do choose to eat the bad stuff, like the cheesecake and the
I do too.
The massive candy bars that you see with James in his little cart. So it's just moderation.
By the way, we didn't buy none of those big massive candy ever. That is never going to be allowed. He takes pictures with those.
Like what I say is, like, first of all, I'm very much a moderation type person. I always have been. I've never been a food police type person that's going to tell somebody you absolutely cannot do this, or this. I can tell you what I did, and I was extremely strict for the first 18 months or so till I lost the majority of my weight. Till I got to goal, I probably went off plan twice maybe during that whole time. But afterwards, once you sort of are living a life, I mean, to me, honestly, it's not realistic to tell people you absolutely cannot have this, or this, without having a little, whatever it is, whatever the treat is that you want as a treat. To me, that's giving, really setting a lot of people up for failure. And I've heard doctors and nurses and weight loss people tell people you can never have pasta in your life. You can never have alcohol ever again. You can never have cake. Cake should not be on your radar ever. Things like that. And to me, that's really, first of all, it's unrealistic. I mean, I don't know anybody in the community, honestly, that really sticks to 100% on plan, on point, consistently for years and years and years. You're going to have, some people who eat very well 95% of the time, but the other percent of the time they're going to have a quote unquote a treat here and there, or go. I call it off plan. I try not to give any connotations negative or positive towards food, because it's like, to me, when people say, "Oh, you're cheating," it's not cheating. It's my choice. I may have, you don't know what I've eaten for the rest of the day. I may have planned, okay, we're gonna split a piece of cheesecake.
You track it all in MyFitnessPal and
yesterday
plan
we ate
for that.
clean the whole day and only had 1,000 calories. So today I've only had 400 calories so far. So to eat, an extra 200 calories in cheesecake isn't gonna set you off your plan, off your goals. As I said, so eating in moderation, to me, that's what that is on occasion treating yourself with whatever it is. If you want alcoholic beverage or whatever.
Like now that we both have gained weight since we were both crippled at the same time, and now that we're trying to get back on plan, we've decided that one day a week, or one cheat meal, as he doesn't like to say, going off plan, we just try to limit it to one day. So like Monday through Friday we have to be strict, we have to go to the gym, we have to track everything, and on Saturday, if we're gonna go off plan, I still plan for it. Like I still track it in MyFitnessPal, and when I go off plan, I don't go off plan by like an extra 1,000 calories. I might go off by a dessert that's 200 or 300 calories, and even then we'll try to split it. So, it's okay to go off plan, but don't go off plan so much that you've just run an entire week of doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've just never been that type that super. You have to live this lifestyle so perfectly, because we're not perfect. Nobody's ever going to live a perfect WLS lifestyle. They're not going to. And quite honestly, anybody that tells me they've never quote unquote cheated or they've never done this or that, I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling you right now, you're a liar. I guarantee you've had something at one point in your life, at a wedding, you've had a bite of wedding cake or whatever it is, and you've had a sip of champagne at New Year's. Okay, so I don't like when I hear people saying, "Oh, you're doing, you have to eat completely clean. You could never have this and this, and how dare you go off? You've wasted your tool because you're eating a piece of cake or whatever." And there's people that will absolutely say they are perfect and they've never done this, and I don't buy it. I'm calling bullshit. Let me hook you up to a damn polygraph machine and ask you some questions how you can live.
They haven't had
or the first year, I can see you doing that because I did it. It was pretty easy. It was not that difficult, But people that have been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years out, I'll ask all of them, pretty much all of them, if they're keeping it real with you and they're not on the camera and being questioned, they don't want somebody to find out, their doctor or whatever, or the people that they're lecturing all the time, when they're away from the crowds and you're talking, they go, "Oh yeah, I had chocolate chip cookie yesterday," or whatever. So to me, it's very unrealistic for these people. I call them food Nazis that are going to be berating people because somebody slipped up and had 10-minute Girl Scout cookie.
And you can't beat yourself up if you do have it. Don't let one bad food choice lead to the second and third, run the whole day or run the whole week. You made that choice, and now move on and make a better choice with the next meal. You can't beat yourself up over it.
Yep.
There are a lot of food Nazis out there.
Oh yeah, we've gotten into it with several. We've even been down at a support group because we had alcohol. But come to find out that Nazi who kicked us out has now been doing everything that she talked bad about us doing and has gained weight too. So that's why I'm like, really?
Yeah. These are people that
this was somebody, not somebody in the community, like the YouTube community, but the person was 3 months out. Like, I'm like, yeah, give you some time. You'll learn.
Wait till you're 3 years out.
They're in the closet eating cake.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, talking about cake, when we were in Mesquite, Texas, with my niece's birthday party, it's they had me cutting the cake to give the people the pieces of cake. So I kind of forgot that I had my surgery, so I had the frosting on my finger, and I went, I said, oh hell, I ate frosting. But I ain't gonna lie, I had frosting. I had the whole big frosting on my finger.
You messed up your sleeve?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna fail now after that
one
lick of frosting. That extra 15 calories of frosting.
Well, no, we can't be friends with you anymore. You were such a bad influence.
I'm blocking you.
But like I said, when people see, like, if you see, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you see us post pictures of junk and drinking alcohol or whatever, and that's that's usually something that's not. It was during the holidays. Actually, we were on a plan for quite a while, on and off. We were not
weight loss people during the holidays.
But for the most part, we stick to the plan most of the time. And like I said, that extra 10% going offline. I don't stress over it. Like I said, it's just not realistic. You have to live life. I mean, to me, it's not normal for someone to be. I mean, because that's obsessing over food in another way. I mean, if you're that obsessive that you're going to look and go, oh my God, I cannot have, that mint because it's got 10 calories, and you're that worried about it, you got like some other issues going on that's not normal either, So to me, it's more realistic and it's more doable to be strict, especially for the first, till you're at goal. But after goal, you got to figure out yourself what you can do and what you can't do. And some people can actually eat more junk than I can, that's for sure, because they probably work out more than I do. But as I said, don't look at what somebody's doing and go, oh, well, so-and-so, has a beer every day and they're eating cookies and chips all the time. Well, you don't know if that person may be in the gym for 3 hours a day, burning off those calories. So, somebody to look at Pete. I mean, Pete can eat 3,500 calories or whatever. You see him, he eats carbs all the time and stuff because look at him. He's in the gym. He lives in the gym. Mm-hmm. So, you can't look at somebody like that and what he eats or what he's going to eat on his diet.
He's trying to gain weight, isn't he?
Yeah, but he eats carbs and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I'm eating this and that. He doesn't try to publicize it too much, but he'll tell you how much calories he's eating, carbs and stuff. But he works out all the time.
Yeah. I think that's really good advice. I mean, I always tell Christina, I'm like, you're human. It's gonna happen. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. We're human. We didn't have surgery, or I didn't have surgery just to not be me. I had it so I can live and not, just freak out every time I want something.
Yep.
Exactly.
Or beat yourself up or obsess over it.
Yep. So I think that's all my questions. Did you guys have any questions?
Well, I didn't have questions, but I usually have some certain kind of questions, but it's like what I told the Waffles when they were on. It's like y'all have been a big inspiration for me. So I've been following y'all, stalking y'all's pages and everything. I just wanted to tell y'all thank you for coming on the show, and I can't wait to meet y'all at WLSFA.
Well, thank you. So make sure you stalk my weight loss page. That's more motivating than my personal page where I post the margaritas. Stalk the weight loss one where I'm working out and posting good food.
So this is going to be your first WLSFA, right? And your last, as you say.
For us, yeah, probably so. They're normally in California, and Jim's family lives in California. So if we're going to pay that much to fly out there, we're probably visiting his family, not necessarily doing that. And since this one's driving distance, I mean, if they have more out in our area,
we would drive there. But
I can't say that we're going to fly to
LA
or
flying,
something like that.
we probably would never fly to him because it's just a money issue at this point. So.
That, and we're hopefully going to start trying to plan for some kids, and that will make traveling a lot harder because I can't get somebody to watch my dog. You think I'm going to get somebody to watch a kid?
If you guys were close, I would totally watch the dogs.
I have like the biggest dog sitting issue ever, so it's going to be worse with kids.
You need to move here then. Why are you so selfish?
You should relocate your whole life just to watch Millie. She needs you.
Millie needs me. Millie is my little spirit animal.
That's what makes she's so sweet too. That's what I don't understand. But she requires walking, where my other dog doesn't require walking. You just let the door, he goes out. So
oh gosh,
nobody wants
walked.
Yeah, God forbid you have to get up and walk. Nobody wants to do that apparently in these days.
I'm sorry, no, we just broke up. No, I'll call her next time.
But I wanted to tell Christina that I remember on one of her shows recently she was talking about her brothers looking into surgery and how she was like trying to sort of like talk to him and sort of convince him that it's something he needs to do because his health is failing. If he wants to, he can for sure contact me. Or just come and friend me on Facebook or whatever. I have no problems. I'm very open book. I'll talk to him all day long about the surgery, what to expect, what to do.
Just tell him to have lots of time. Jim talks a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty shy.
If you couldn't tell already.
Yeah.
He could even give you, James could give Juan some tips on the ladies too.
There you go.
Yeah. I appreciate that so much, and that's what my brother needs is someone, a man that's had the surgery and has all this knowledge, because when I try to talk to him, he's like,
yeah.
you know, and
there's a few men-only groups out there.
yeah.
If you friends me, I can add them to those groups.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's a little bit different of an experience. I mean, when you go on some of the weight loss groups, they're very they're flooded with women. I mean, there's mostly women on them, so maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable going on there or asking questions, or he can
He'll
just
want to
private
get in
message
them
me.
after
Or,
he's had surgery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After surgery,
That's how my
Once
brother
it becomes
is.
the
'Cause,
playground
yeah.
after all you met.
Yeah,
He wants to get the surgery and he wants to get healthy, but it's just taking that step because he has an appointment March 23rd, and they said he has to be at 400. Well, his BMI has to be at 60, so I told him already his BMI right now is at 60. Was it 62? Yeah, 62. So I'm like, come on, you can do it by March 23rd. Yeah, so
he
he
has
had
to,
the surgery.
and quite honestly, I mean, he might not be ready for it right now.
Yeah.
It's a very personal decision when you do. I mean, I tell people it's kind of like alcoholics. When they get help, or drug addicts, a lot of people have to really quote unquote hit bottom, and he may not be at his bottom yet. And I have family members. My brother is super morbidly obese, and I wish he would have gotten the surgery, but for whatever he doesn't want to. Thinks he doesn't need it, or he's afraid of it. I don't know what his issues are. I've tried to talk to him about it. He kind of like plays it off like he couldn't have it because he's not healthy enough or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
He obviously doesn't want to do it, And I was hoping that he would see my success and actually do the same thing. But it's his choice, I can't, it's the old thing of you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I can't force him to. I can tell him, I'll give him all the information and encouragement in the world, but if you're really not. And the thing is, I want people to do it when they're ready, because if they're not ready, you say you need to do it, and then they do it, and then
if you're not ready, you're gonna not do anything.
Right, and then they're like, well, this isn't working for me, and then they're like, well, you told me to do this, and now look, it didn't help. It didn't work.
You have to be ready to make change.
Yeah.
But hopefully he will, though. I mean, hopefully he will see it. He's still pretty young too, right? So
he's 35.
Right. Do not tell him. Just tell him you got a friend who waited until he was in his 40s to do it. In that 10-year span of time, I almost lost my vision because of my diabetes. I almost lost my mobility because I did lose some of my mobility. I have nerve damage in my feet and my legs. I have lots of health issues that are irreparable. You can't reverse these symptoms and the damage that's been done to my body already, like my vision. I can't get that back. And trust me,
it's not something. A young lady who wants to take care of grandpa in a wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta find a young chick to take care of him. To like read stuff for him. Look, babe, here can you read?
He's got magnifying glasses and everything, and I'm just like, oh Lord.
Get my wheelchair and my walker.
Pretty much.
Gosh, I didn't realize that you were that much older than her.
13 years.
13 years older.
Really? Yeah, he doesn't even look like it.
I thought he was like, how old was I when we met? 33, somewhere in there. I thought he was like 38. If I'd known he was like 48, I might not have to give him the time of day. It's his Asian genes that make him look younger.
I look my age with my beard now, my little goatee.
And his family even offers to make sure they pay me if they have to. Anything to keep us together, they say.
Oh.
That is so funny.
They're like, just keep that old dude away from us. We don't want to.
Yeah. The wedding video, all of them said no returns. And his brother just texted me the other day and was like, whatever it takes to keep y'all together. If we have to pay you, we'll start. I said, you haven't gotten to that point yet. Give it a few more years. I might start needing some checks.
Well, at this rate, you're lucky. I mean, he'll be in the nursing home in a few years, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
He's seriously going to be grandpa age by the time we have kids.
I better get on that.
I know, right? Well, good thing we didn't start because there's the virus going around in the Caribbean right now, and we would have had to cancel our cruise.
Oh, yeah.
So that, and with my, my ankle still kind of hurts, so I kind of wanted to get my ankle healed and lose a little bit more weight before I added more weight to it. So we'll probably wait till maybe this
my swimmers are starting to dry up. They're like swimming with like walkers and stuff. Like
Pretty much.
Well, maybe by Nashville we can have you guys a baby making party or something. I don't know. Well, like
you guys are all coming, right, to Nashville? Everybody's coming?
Yep, we're going.
Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Obesity Help was a lot of fun, so I know this will be even better.
I'm
But
nervous,
this time James
but
will
I'm
be on the
excited.
What'd you say, Christina?
I said I'm excited, but then I'm nervous.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that to meet all at once. It's probably overwhelming.
It can be a bit overwhelming, especially WLSFA. I hear is actually probably a bigger event than OH.
Yeah, because at OH, I felt like we didn't eat the whole weekend. There was so much going on that we were eating cheese all weekend.
Breakfast and snacks.
Breakfast we would eat, and then we would be at happy hour, and we would
at the
realize
amazing Embassy Suites.
we realized we hadn't ate. We were eating cheese all day, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm starting to shake because we've been just hanging out with people. You don't realize you haven't ate all weekend.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's like, even if they're not somebody that you like talk to on Facebook or on YouTube, you know, or you really, you know, followed on YouTube or whatever, you kind of have that instant like connection with them because you already kind of know, you know, you talk about the weight and weight loss surgery and the issues and the great parts and the crappy parts about it and everything. You know? So it's really a very different experience going to something like that where everybody
just don't come talk to this one unless you got lots of time on your hands.
I'm not talking to him at all. I'm just going to talk to you. I need to make me a shirt that says I'm not antisocial.
That's my break from him. I get to disappear with all the girls while he gets chatted up.
Yeah. And our husbands are going too, right, Tricia? Your husband's going?
Yeah.
My husband's going too. Rocky's actually excited to meet everybody. Yeah, I know he doesn't really know everybody, but he's like, I want to go. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I've seen all your videos.
Like, you know, all the plus ones are usually welcomed. I mean, from what I've been they fit right in.
Yeah.
My plus one is just going to be excited to eat everybody else's whatever they don't eat.
Oh, the leftovers?
Yeah, because it's a lot.
You can't have mine. I take it back to the room, man. Put it in the fridge.
I think Rocky
snacks
like,
for later.
Are they going to have beer? Are they going to have beer somewhere?
I'm sure you can find it in Nashville somewhere.
Oh, man.
They do have a bar in the hotel usually. So
right.
Sure.
Yeah. And Embassy Suites is only a mile away. You have to go crash their happy hour.
Oh, there you go. Are y'all staying at Embassy or are you staying at...
No.
Unfortunately, no.
He would like to, but no, we're staying at Marriott.
If everybody's going to be at the same hotel, so it'd be kind of dumb to, okay, well, we got to go back to our hotel, and it's even if it's only a 5-minute drive.
Well, it was easy before at OH because you just get dressed and run up and down the stairs. Like, we didn't get in our car and leave, but maybe that one time to go to the fair, it makes it easier just to do what you got to do.
How exciting.
What?
I said that's going to be exciting.
I'm ready.
I am too. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're coming Thursday and staying till Monday.
Too.
Yeah.
Monday, yeah.
I'm going to be my bikini so I can make everybody throw up.
You're going to bring what?
You're so cute.
My bikini.
Oh.
I thought you said martinis. I'm like, why would that make
But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I just want to thank you guys again for coming.
No, thank you for rearranging your show time to accommodate my crazy work schedule.
We'll have to have just you on next time because your husband talks a lot. You know?
I told you. He really does. I don't like being on shows with him. I'm like, can I get rid of him? That's why I don't go to support group. I just drop him off and leave.
Well, we'll just do it later at night because you know he's got a bedtime.
Yeah, like 7. Well,
actually, I fall asleep before him.
First, I eat about 4 o'clock because that's an early bird special at Denny's. I'm going to get my senior discount, and then after I've had my warm glass of milk at about 7, I'm out. Usually.
Do you still use the plastic sheet?
I wear a diaper. It's much easier.
Oh, awesome.
Family will start sending checks the moment he starts wearing diapers. I promise you that.
You'll be my naughty home care nurse.
Sadly, I fall asleep before him. I'm the one naughty at 9.
Yeah, she has the mind. I was just telling her, you have the mindset of an old lady already.
Yeah.
Christina's husband Rocky calls me grandma. Because like when I'm at her house, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like yawning. I'm like, I gotta go to bed, guys. And he's like, damn.
That's me. I think the year before last, he had to wake me up for New Year's. Me and my friend Courtney were over here, and he had to wake us both up because we'd already fallen asleep before midnight.
I'm so lame. So, I mean, like, seriously, I was like, oh, we'll do the show early and I can go to bed by 9. Yeah.
See, I normally stay up late, but I don't get home from work till midnight. But if you turn out the lights or anything to watch a movie, that's all she wrote. Like, I need to go to, like, a 2 o'clock movie. I can't go to 5 or 7 o'clock movie because I'm going to sleep. I need lights on.
Like an old lady. Like, she has to bring, like, a shawl to put on in the movie because she's cold all the time. And You know, she has her little snacks in her purse, her little hard
Hey,
candies
that's
that are
me
at the bottom of
too.
her purse that she stole from the doctor's office.
No, that's you there.
The hard
Yeah,
candy with
totally.
like the tissue on it, and you're like,
Yeah,
all right.
you're blowing all the lint off of it.
Yeah.
It's like, this was good like 6 months ago when you stole it from the doctor's office.
I don't like that, so that's you, not me.
Oh, that's
Anyways,
hilarious.
I know this one will talk all night, and us old ladies have to go to bed. Next time we'll do it without them.
Yeah.
We all go.
Well, thanks again. And next week,
Yeah.
we'll be back on Tuesday with the ladies from WLSFA.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
Thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.